what do you do in your shed? I play with my toys.
This is my shed and the space where I spend my time working on pots.
In this shed I make associations and linkages between forms and traditions.
Shed's a creative place, isn't it? It's a place where people come together, they create things, whether it's a shed in your garden where you're making a little trinket, or whether it's a engineering company in a big shed making a race car. For us, it's coming together and making beautiful code.
My shed is a really clean place. I don't have any physical tools laying around like hammers or nails. My tools don't exist. They're only there in conceptual space. But I can reach out, I can just grab them and create something that is physical, that becomes physical.
Yeah, well, there's a dib-dabble on it, you know. I just love up this allotment and love my little sheds, and I think it's wonderful. My shed is somewhere I can come and get away from everything, peace and quiet.
The idea for the company started in the USA when we were living there in the late 90s, and the internet was certainly something that was happening there way before it was happening in the UK.
It's important to me to find somewhere where you can be creative. You have the fantastic feeling of being able to completely control this material.
As our experience grew, we were able to build really complex pieces of software, complex apps, super complex websites that just weren't technically possible a few years ago.
I sit here using my drawing to study specific places.
It's part of you, really, isn't it? The shed is part of your life, really.
I just bought this at the weekend, which isn't really electrical, it's pre-electrical, and it sort of works. The sheds are me, and I know where everything is, and they're part of something up here.
What I do is I build bridges between businesses and customers. It's how customers interact with businesses. It helps people get to a certain place. It helps people to accomplish a certain thing.
The InnerShed is a place where contemplation can be reached. A place of connection where things exist and are contactable, where connections are enriched by presence, the presence of the interior of the shed. Someone who carved this was really skilled.
You're building something that gives function and meaning in a public space where you have architecture designed to give function.
So now we're moving into cloud-based, high-performance systems bespoke to people's needs. And because we've been there since the beginning, we have the length and breadth to achieve most things.
Often people walk through the door, they come along with a vision.
They tend to know what they want, or they have a picture in their head.
They don't quite know how to achieve it.
And really our job is to interpret that picture into something real, which is the tricky part, because you know what you want, but you can't necessarily envision it.
We are trying to help them to achieve that vision.